Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Kyle Louie here. This is another vlog, and this is vlog 25. It's titled "Take Joy." Um, what do you mean by that, Kyle? Well, that's a very great question. Thank you for asking. Um, what do I mean by take joy? I'm gonna get right into it. I've talked a little bit, or a lot of bit, not a little bit, a lot of bit about showing respect towards people who are in your lives because we really do take people for granted. We really do take what is set in front of us for granted. Last night was a crazy night for me. I didn't have the best night, and I'm not gonna lie about that. It was crazy. Um, I was yelled at for certain things, and I didn't address it. I didn't talk to somebody about it. I kind of just kept it inside, and it kind of ruined my night. Um, we all have days like that, and a lot of it was because I felt very disrespected. And in some cases, I mean, from a standpoint, um, I didn't react. I kept what was going on inside, and I've talked to you guys about if you got something bugging you, you need to talk to somebody about it, or you need to just vent or scream, do it. But we really take those people that are in your life, we really take them for granted because they're in your life for a reason. They somehow impact you or make an impact in your life, um, whether it's for a few minutes, a few years, um, or all your life. We really don't take time to show care towards those people. Um, we really need to start taking joy and show respect towards one another. Um, show respect to your boss shows respect to you, coworkers, your siblings, your family, your your relationship with your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever, so and so. Um, Respect is a lot easier to give than disrespect, I would think. Being bitter and angry, I don't see ever having a great. I don't. It's got to be uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like unless if you set yourself that way where you just want to be alone and don't want to show care towards people, well, that is on you. But I'm gonna talk more. Okay, I'm gonna talk a lot more about my dad here, because I miss him a lot. And last night would have been a night for me to call him. Listen, don't get me wrong. My mom is fantastic. She's loving and supportive, and talking to her is great. Our bond has grown bigger ever since. Um, but losing my dad was really tough, and that last night would have been a night for me to call him. And my dad would have been, "What's going on, son?" Um, I would have told him. He would have asked why that is. Like he would have kind of he would talk about what the issue was and whether or not there was a solution to it. And then he would just love, you know what I mean? And the reason why this is called titled "Take Joy," the reason why I'm telling you guys to respect everyone who is in your life, because life is too short. You only live once, and you don't want to live it bitter and angry and selfish. You don't want to push people away because people who are in your life are in your life for a reason. My dad passed away a year and a half ago. He died at 55 years old, and he died on the way to work. He died alone in his car. He uh, he knew something was going on. He was able to pull off in the ravine and out of traffic, but shot into some brush. And 35 minutes later, he was found, and it was too late. Um, the night before, my dad spoke to me through the door, my bedroom door. He didn't come in, or we didn't really talk to each other. We talked. I mean, it was just he got off work. He worked a not a double shift, but he worked 8 hours a day at another job, and then he worked another four at another job for part-time job for really taking care of us. That's just the way he was, and those nights he would just come home. He would say hi, see how the day was going, and then he would go to bed and start his day all over again. Um, the night before, he said, "Kyle, how's it going?" He knew I was having it a rough. Having it rough. Had a bad day, like last night, and he just said, "Kyle, I'm always here for you if you need to talk. Know that I love you. Know that I'm here for you." And of course, he leaves before me before work. So like I sleep in, and I slept in and then obviously I went to my work, and shortly after I found out my dad died. And dad was 55. It's sad. It really crushed all of us. My sister was getting married last year, and so all of this. And whether you meet somebody, whether you cross paths with them on the street, and they've impacted you somehow, take joy in that. Um, there's a quote here: "Joy is not in things; it is in us." So it's how we go about it. Like if we want to be joyful towards something, then it's gotta come from within. I don't understand. I don't know why. Um, I Last night was just a bad night, and we all have those. Um, but what I'm getting at is that we really need to start showing respect towards one another, whether or not we have a bad day, or there's just craziness or misunderstandings or whatever. You need to start showing respect towards one another, because life could be taken so quick, and you could be resentful. You know what I mean? Like that's what I mean by um, like my dad spoke to me within the through the other side of the door. My door was closed, and he said what he said, but I didn't get to see him, and that's one of the things that I regret the most. Um, and so what I'm getting at is that your bosses, your employees, um, boyfriends, girlfriends, mom, dads, whatever, really take joy in those who are in your lives. Because YOLO, you only live once. Um, I don't think you want to be angry. I mean, do you really go at your day and say, you know what, I'm gonna snap today? I don't think so. Um, I'm just hurt because when I feel like things are going great, there's that one thing that just messes it up. Um, like I've said before, I care for everyone. I go out of my way. You know, I care for elders. I help them walk across the street. Um, I I give money to the homeless. I've done a lot of charities with my dad. I've talked about that in another vlog. Um, I um, feed my starving children. I did a lot of stuff. Um, and this message is to boyfriends and girlfriends, wives and husbands. When your spouse or your loved one, your significant other says "I love you" to you, those words do stick, right? And sometimes you choose not to say "I love you" back. Sometimes you just say "you too," or "yeah," that kind of thing. Um, I mean, if you say "I love you," definitely show it. Um, I tell my girlfriend quite a bit, all the time that I love her, and there's some times where she says it back. There's also times where she just says "you too" or "yeah," and sometimes I react in a way where I'm just, what? I don't. What does that mean? But I know she loves me. That she shows love in a different way, but and parents towards kids, love on them. I have friends of the family that were in my church who lost their son at a young age, 17. I knew him briefly. I didn't know him. I wasn't really good friends with him, but he was at my church, and he had passed away of leukemia. And um, sadly, his life was taken too quick. And there are days like that still going on. Um, and I think in my judging video, I think it was my second video, something like that. But either way, I talked about you don't know what people are going through outside of how you know them. You don't know what's going on in their homes. You don't know what's going on with them personally. And so if they come to you and they're trying to go at it, you know, um, really show care. You don't want to dis you don't want to make their life any more worse than it is. You know what I mean? Like if they got a situation going on at home, you don't want to disrespect them and they harm themselves or whatever. So just take joy. Take joy in those people who are around you, even if you've met them for just a few seconds. They've impacted you in some capacity. And you should be joyful for that. You should be honored by that. Joy is not in things, it is in us. So, there you go. That's it for this vlog. I know I've repeated myself quite a bit, but it's a very sensitive thing for me because of what I dealt with last night. And, you know, the message that I'm trying to leave across, we really need to start respecting people. Or you need to start respecting people. You need to start showing love towards one another, because again, life is too short, and it could be taken to you from you in no time, and then you live the rest of your life knowing that that other person is gone and you can't do anything about it. You know what I mean? So, all right, guys, that's it for this vlog. Kai Louie out.